Good evening. We've had another brilliant weekend in the Barclays FA Women's Super League with the season now in full flow. Here's what's coming your way on the Women's Football Show. Manchester United travelled to Birmingham City as Reds boss Mark Skinner faced his former side for the first time. Two of the three sides who remained unbeaten at the start of the weekend met as Aston Villa played host to Arsenal. And we will find out how injury-ravaged Manchester City fared against West Ham. Well, lots to come for you this evening then, and it's a Kelly doubleheader in the studio. I'm joined by the former Arsenal player, five-time league winner as well, Kelly Smith, to dissect all of the weekend's action. But we are going to start in the Midlands, where one of the three teams still searching for their first points of the season, Birmingham City, were looking to end an unwanted run in the WSL. The Blues hadn't won any of their last 16 home games, lose today to Manchester United, and they'd set a new competition record.
Brilliant effort from Jade Pennant. How about that? Albion with a beauty.
On commentary duty for this one, Kevin Keatings.
Let's take a check on the two teams then. Birmingham, one change from the last league match. That was a 3-1 defeat away to Everton. Lucy Whitt comes into attack for the injured Sarah Ewins. The two clubs came to that agreement that Emily Ramsey could start in goal on loan from Manchester United. Jade Pennant has scored their only league goal so far in the WSL season. That's begun with those three straight defeats. Well, it is just one change as well for Manchester United. Alessia Russo coming in to replace Kirsty Hansen. No panic from head coach Skinner in terms of that selection, despite the heavy defeat. Aoife Mannion spent 6 years at Birmingham. Lucy Staniforth also spent time with her opponents tonight. Forward by Russo. Put out easily by Lawley. Robertson. That's nice from Jade Pennant. Better passing here from Birmingham. Might take them into a challenging position yet, and it does! And it's stabbed wide by Lucy Quinn. But that's the move of the match so far, and it's come from the home team. Has time to get a first touch, but decided to take it on first time. Couldn't find the target. Toon. Grunen. Dutch international, Jackie Grunen. This is Blundell. Strong run, decent cut back, and a goal! Manchester United hit the front, and it's Leah Galton after great work by Hannah Blundell. Just look how she drives to the byline here. Ball just about stayed in, didn't it? There's no VAR, of course, in the WSL. Blundell with the assist, Leah Galton with the goal. Manchester United have got a break on here. Far too many blue shirts ahead of the ball. The pass is right, it could well be in. This is Leah Galton. Didn't miss that far post by much. They were really stretched. Gave the ball away cheaply, Birmingham. Galton maybe sent a little wider than she'd have hoped by the pass, and then the first touch. But it was still a good sight of Emily Ramsey's goal here for Leah Galton. This is better from the home team. Lucy Quinn, closely watched by Mannion. Manchester United get the goal kick. Oh no, it's a corner. Well, both sides were claiming that decision. got to maximise these set pieces. Little in open play from Birmingham. Oh, and it was awkward. Really awkward for Mary Earps. That corner was travelling just inside her near post. Has to work again. Here's a heavy collision. And both players have felt that collision. Harriet Scott, who collided with goalkeeper Earps. It was a heavy one. Lucy Quinn not giving anything up here. Good ball inside too. Pennock just couldn't get the ball under control. She'd found space. And here's Pennock again. Oh, that's a weak shot. One of the few real sights of the Manchester United goal Birmingham have had. Falling here for Jade Pennock eventually. Doesn't get any power at all in the shot. Russo. Hansen. Always wanting to cut in over that favoured left foot. Grunnen. Good shot! Oh. Flies wide of Ramsey's right-hand post, but the goalkeeper was following it all the way. Excellent effort this from Jackie Grunnen. For much of its travel, it looked like it was creeping inside that post. Torres Dortier. Accurate ball to pick out Toon. This is Galton. Nicely done. Should be 2-0. And Hannah Blundell has missed a glorious chance. Leah Galton couldn't have produced a better pass. Lovely first touch. Pity about the second one. Zellum. Hansen. Excellent pass to Ella Toon. Oh, she's so unlucky. Lifted the ball quite beautifully, Ella Toon over Emily Ramsey. And this is how close Manchester United came to doubling their lead. Finding it harder now to plug the gaps, Birmingham. Hansen. Great cross, very well defended by Rebecca Holloway. Zellum. Lovely pass in behind here. Should be 2-0. Is. Well, it was coming. They're running out of fuel, Birmingham. Ella Toon doubles Manchester United's advantage. And it was a lovely move. And on his return to his former club, Mark Skinner looks as though he's going to be travelling back up the M6 with all 3 points. Ella Toon made it absolutely certain with the goal in the second half. After Leah Galton's opener in the first, it finishes Birmingham City 0, Manchester United 2.
It's a professional performance from us. Could we have been more exciting at times? Yes, but Birmingham sat with 11 players right behind the ball, almost always in their half, so they were always going to look at counter-attacks to which we built against. So you know, I thought we were very, very professional, exactly what we needed.
I think the frustrating thing for me is when we did have the ball and we created opportunities, we just didn't have the right quality and also made the wrong decisions, and that costs you because you don't get many chances against Man United. You need to make sure that you take them.
Well, Manchester United with the perfect response after that humbling defeat to Chelsea last weekend. But Kelly, did they make slightly harder work of this than they needed to, given the amount of chances they had in this game?
Yeah, they certainly did. They absolutely bossed the possession. I think 518 passes compared to Birmingham's 134. So you can just see in the stats there how much they dictated the tempo and had a lot of play. They had a numerous amount of chances to put the game to bed earlier, as we saw in their clips, but it wasn't until the second Man United goal, that you felt that the game was over. But Birmingham City had a couple of chances, but not as lethal as they should be in front of goal, and I think they're going to struggle this season because they can't put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, we've seen that in the opening weeks, haven't we? But as for Manchester United, they opened the scoring courtesy of Leah Galton, her first goal of the season so far, and this kind of capped off an impressive performance from her in general.
Yeah, she was outstanding from the first whistle, just so creative down that left-hand side. You know, the ball out here to Hannah Blundell, she does extremely well to get herself to the byline. It's an excellent cutback, and Leah Galton just holds her space and times her run perfectly well and slots it into the back of the goal.
And it wasn't just Leah Galton that impressed for Manchester United. We saw it when Alicia Russo came on last weekend against Chelsea. She was kind of a rare but bright spark in that defeat, and she started today and she was really impressive as well. Yeah, she was her first start, like you said, and she was just, when she gets the ball, she's all that's in her mind is to attack and go in a 1v1 situation. Yes, this isn't a very good cross, but she wants the ball at her feet and she wants to drive and take the space and commit defenders. So you can just see here, the dribbling, she realises the space and obviously lays the ball off, but she was a threat for the 70 minutes that she was on the pitch. When she gets the ball, she's so strong here, she holds it off, tries to get a little half turn and obviously gets a corner, but her hold-up play is also very good, and link-up play. She just holds her run here. She's just watching, assessing. Yes, it's going to drop here, and it's obviously a shot not on target. But she was the playmaker in there, and every time she got the ball, she looked dangerous and looked to face up and create or take a dribble and try and commit someone. You mentioned Birmingham before, and the fact they did have a couple of chances in this game. They had one glorious one in the first half, which fell to the feet of Lucy Quinn, but she couldn't quite convert. How much of a turning point was this, do you think?
Massive turning point, because the game was 0-0 at this point. It was a great attacking play. She just doesn't set her feet. She should realise there that she has, you know, 1 or 2 seconds just to maybe open herself up a little bit, but falls back. But that was a key moment for them in that game, because, you know, if you score that goal, then it's backs against the wall a little bit for United.
Yeah, difficult start to the season then for Birmingham City. We are actually going to stay in Birmingham now for our next game, because we're going to focus on the league leaders Arsenal as they travel to Aston Villa. A brilliant start to the season for Jonas Eidevall's side, and they were looking to set a club record of 7 straight away victories if they could win today. Your commentators for this one, Farrah Williams and Robin Cowan.
For Aston Villa, 3 changes to the side that beat Brighton last weekend. Sarah Mayling is unwell, so 16-year-old Olivia McLaughlin comes in her place. Alicia Ndow is added to a 5 in the back line. Alicia Lehmann returns to the starting 11 for Freya Gregory, and Emily Gilnick, who scored the winner last time out, is out injured. It's Arsenal's 3rd game of 4 in just 10 days. They play Barcelona away on Tuesday night, so Jonas Eidevall has opted to rest Leah Williamson and Katie McCabe. They're both named on the bench. Lotte Wubben-Moy, who started the FA Cup win over Spurs in midweek, comes into the defence. And there's a first WSL start for her new club, for Nikita Paris.
Game that she's obviously retired from international football, but it's great for Arsenal because her sole focus now is on Arsenal Football Club. Yeah, the Scotland fans understandably disappointed, but hopefully that prolongs her career for us in the WSL. Now to Manchester next, where West Ham were facing a City side still without several key players through injury. The hosts have won all 5 of their previous WSL meetings, scoring 20 times and conceding just twice. Nigel Adderley watched the action unfold.
Park. Now Becky, here is Hemp, and West Ham escape. Flaherty, she's given it straight to Hemp, and that's a fine save by Arnold. Manchester City continuing to dominate. And the corner is met by Scott, and White! And she launches it too high. Rare attack here for West Ham. Hasegawa. That's a good cross. Brynjarsdottir! And West Ham take the lead. A brilliant cross, matched by the finish. Her first goal for West Ham. And the cross was deflected. Cleared as far as Becky. Now Park. And Arnold with another fine save. And the pressure continues. Here is Weir. That's an excellent save, and Hemp unable to turn the rebound in. Manchester City have not lost back-to-back home games in the WSL since 2014. Here is Hemp, and now White, and there's the equaliser. But the flag has been raised. Ellen White adjudged to be offside, and the goal won't count. Luck against Manchester City once again. Hemp. One-way traffic in the second half. Now Coombs! And it rattles the far post. Now Becky. Here is Coombs again! And this time it's another excellent save from Arnold. Time running out for Manchester City. Here is Stokes. Oh, that's short. Here is Hasegawa. And that's absolutely brilliant. Victory confirmed for West Ham. Manchester City lose again. Their title hopes may already be over.
Well, what a win that was for West Ham, back-to-back victories for them now. But Kelly, we've got to talk about Manchester City because 3 defeats in a row in the league for the first time ever in the WSL for them. We know they have injuries, but just what's going on there?
Well, it's difficult because they're in a really, really tough moment. It's not ideal losing 3 games in a row, and especially being that you're Man City and a fantastic club. But I'd be more worried if they weren't creating chances. You saw in the clips there, they dominated the game in large spells, and they have so many opportunities to score. They're just not, the luck's not happening for them, the rub of the green or something. But yeah, the injuries to key players, they've still got quite a few players out. Kira Walsh was back in today, so they'll be pleased with that. But yeah, and then the offside goal, the own goal that happened the week before against Spurs. So it just seems that luck, that little shift, they need something, but they are creating. So that is the positive side for Gareth Taylor's side.
Do you think it is them out of the title race?
Yes, you know, with the 3 losses that they've just received and in the manner that they're losing too. I think they just need to get back to winning ways, get their injured players back as quickly as possible, breathe that confidence through the team, and hopefully we can see them winning again.
Brilliant though, of course, for West Ham after a difficult start to the season.
Yeah, brilliant from their side. They were very resolute in the defending. They picked and chose when to play forward and when to press high. And they were very, very effective. And I think for any side that's playing Man City at the moment, knowing the amount of injuries that they have is always a boost for them going into that game. You look at the starting 11, Jill Scott's playing at centre-back, never played there in her life, so they're playing players that aren't in the right positions, and it gives the team a lift, and you certainly saw that today with West Ham.
Well, it is time for us to round up the 3 remaining matches, starting at Kingsmeadow, where last season Brighton ended Chelsea's record 33-game unbeaten streak in the WSL. Charlotte Harper reports.
Chelsea were looking to carry the momentum from their 6-1 thrashing of Manchester United into their game against Brighton, and they did so with aplomb. Guro Reiten finished off a flowing crossfield move after just 9 minutes. Sam Kerr troubled Albion's defence throughout, but finally doubled the home side's lead just before the break, lofting the ball over the on-rushing Megan Walsh with a deft header, her 5th goal of the season. Brighton ended the host record 33-game unbeaten run in this fixture last season and threatened a comeback just 2 minutes into the second half through Danielle Carter, netting her first goal against the Blues since 2016. But with 10 minutes remaining, Chelsea secured the win as Fran Kirby got her 3rd assist of the game, playing in Beth England, who ensured the home side 3rd win in a row since the opening day of the season.
I think Brighton will take points off the top teams this year. I really do. I think they've gone up another level from last year. I don't think we started the second half brightly. I thought we were still in the changing room. That cost us with a cheap goal. But our game management, the impact from the bench, I think is the reason, you know, why we're winners today.
Reading had lost all 3 of their WSL matches this season without scoring, and the signs didn't look good early on against Everton when Anna Anvegard pounced to score her first goal for the visitors after just 2 minutes. It got even worse for the hosts when Claire Emsley curled her effort into the top left corner to double the Toffees' lead. Just before the break, deep into first half stoppage time, Danielle Turner added a 3rd with a sumptuous free kick. With 15 minutes to go, Christensen was fouled in the area by Chloe Peplow. But her spot kick was saved by Grace Maloney, Gemma Evans stepping in to block the rebound. That's now 2 wins from 2 for Everton.
Well, it was a tough start to the season. I think we all felt the pressure going into the Birmingham game, and I think the result from the Birmingham game was really important, and I think you've seen the benefits at today, where the players played with a little bit more freedom and looked a little bit more relaxed, and I certainly think it gives us a chance to build momentum. But then of course we've got Arsenal next week, so we need momentum going into that.
In the first ever WSL meeting between Leicester and Tottenham, it was Spurs who had the better of the early exchanges before finally going ahead in the 38th minute. Rachel Williams latching onto a loose ball to claim her second WSL goal of the season. Williams almost doubled the visitors' lead in the second half, if not for a fine goal line stop from Kirsty Lavelle. The match was finally settled with minutes remaining when Ashley Neville set off a swift counter-attack. Substitute Rosella Ayan and goalscorer Williams linked up before Angela Addison slotted in at the back post to double Tottenham's advantage and maintain their 100% start to the season.
Well, Tottenham showing no signs of a hangover from their FA Cup defeat to rivals Arsenal, still unbeaten in the WSL, but we do have to talk about Fran Kirby. 3 assists for her again this weekend. And when we look at this table here, the WSL all-time most assists, she is climbing up that table now, isn't she?
She certainly is, and she's been in sensational form. She's actually been a pleasure to watch. It's so good to see her back fit and healthy and dominating games. You know, she's got so much in her locker. She can take players on 1v1, she can hold the ball up, she can play final passes in, she can give assists. Even if she's not scoring, she's assisting, she's helping her team. She can drop deep, she can play long passes in behind. Phenomenal player.
Yeah, brilliant to see her back in form. It is time now for us to check in and see how the Barclays FA WSL table is Elsewhere in the Women's Championship today, and London City were 2-1 winners at Blackburn. Saffron Jordan's stunning free kick levelled things up for Rovers after Atlanta Primus had given the visitors a second half lead. What a goal that was, and just it did look as if a point would be shared, but Amy Rogers grabbed a 90th minute winner for London City. Here's the weekend's championship results in full then, and Charlton piled more pressure onto Watford with a 4-0 win away from home. London City and Liverpool with away wins also, while Durham and Bristol were the other sides to pick up 3 points on match week 5. And that means Durham now have the sole lead at the top of the table. Sheffield United, Liverpool and London City all have 10 points from their opening 5 matches. Watford, though, remain rooted to the bottom without a single point so far. Well, there is plenty for us to be enjoying across the BBC. Jermaine Genus brings you football, music and culture from around the Premier League in Match of the Day X on the BBC iPlayer. The Match of the Day Top 10 podcast returns for a new series as well this week. Alan Shearer and Micah Richards join Gary Lineker. Subscribe now to ensure you don't miss tomorrow's first episode. And the London Marathon took place earlier today. Highlights are on the iPlayer right now if you missed it, and coming up on next Saturday, we'll be bringing you this.
Protect and serve, be proud, rest easy, y'all. Oh, hell now.
2 of the best collide in the Manchester derby.
Yeah.
United versus City. We're all in. You in? The Women's Super League. Live next Saturday at 1:15 on BBC One and BBC iPlayer.
Tell you what, Kelly, that's going to be a good one, especially given what's happened to Manchester City in recent weeks.
Yeah, mouth-watering tie. You always want to have these big derbies within women's football. We've got them now, and this Manchester derby is certainly one that I'm going to be looking forward to. Obviously, Manchester City have not in a good place right now. Manchester United just won tonight, so hopefully it's a real ding-dong game.
Yes, hopefully. Looking forward to that one. Kelly, thank you so much for being with us today on the Women's Football Show. We'll leave you with some magic from the table-topping Gunners. See you next weekend.
Little, and it's there! Iwabuchi, oh, that is just incredible. It is absolutely spectacular. The Gunners keep firing.